For over 2 decades, Malayalam cinema had a strange problem. Not that it was bad, not that it lacked talent, but that it was too good to make big money. While industries like Tamil and Telugu cinema were building 500 crore rupees empires on pure hype, Mollywood became the intellectual cousin of Indian cinema. Critically respected, globally admired, but financially limited. A Malayalam blockbuster didn't explode. It grew slowly, quietly, through word of mouth. But today, a film with no superstars can cross 150 crores. A sequel can hit 100 crores in 5 days. And a trailer can decide the fate of a film before release, somewhere between 2024 and 2026. Mollywood didn't just grow, it mutated. It built something new, something aggressive, something calculated. A system where the movie doesn't start in the theater anymore. It starts the moment the trailer drops. This is the story of how credibility became capital and hype became currency. Before we dive into today's breakdown, I want to take a second for a special shout out. I was reading through the comments on our last upload and I saw this from one of you. I've got to say, that comment honestly made my day. It's a massive topic, and this video and the series we're building is a direct response to that request. So, thank you for the inspiration, and this one's for you. Malayalam cinema didn't suddenly discover success. It earned it over decades. When the superstar system weakened, theaters didn't shut down. They adapted. The so-called B-movie phase, often reduced to the Shakila era, wasn't just controversy. It was economic survival. It kept screens alive. It kept distributors breathing. Mollywood didn't collapse. It waited. Then came the shift. Films like Traffic, Maheshante Pratikaram. They didn't make 100 crore rupees, but they built something more important, which is trust. A Malayalam film meant strong writing with real characters and grounded storytelling. The industry created a brand identity. Then came OTT. Films like Jallikattu and Minal Murali. These were not just films, they were proof of capability, proof that Mollywood could build worlds, execute VFX, and compete globally. By 2023, the world knew Malayalam cinema equals quality, but quality alone doesn't create explosions at the box office. 2024 didn't change the films. It changed the mindset. 2024 wasn't just a good year, it was a psychological reset. Films like Manjomal Boys, Premalu, and Avasham did something unheard of. They didn't just succeed, they overperformed massively. Manjumal Boys crossed 200 crore rupees. That number then changed everything. Before 2024, 50 crore rupees equals big hit, 100 crore rupees equals rare. After 2024, 100 crore rupees equals a good movie, 200 crore rupees equals possible. The ceiling didn't rise, it disappeared. A new urgency drives the crowd. I need to watch this on day one, or I'll miss the moment. It is no longer a choice, it is a race against irrelevance. That shift, that frantic jump from patience to presence, is where hype begins. Look, we need to talk about why your theater experience feels different in 2026. It's not just the better seats or the louder speakers, it's the atmosphere. Have you noticed? The movie doesn't start when the lights go down anymore. It starts months earlier on your phone. In the last 2 years, Malayalam cinema stopped being just about telling stories and started being about engineering events. We've entered the era of the hype machine. And trust me, none of this is accidental. It is designed. To understand where we are, we have to look at the prototype, Octane. Now, Octane wasn't a success story in the traditional sense, but it was the first time we saw the day one explosion attempt. The expectations were massive, the opening was historic, but then it collapsed. Why? Because the system wasn't ready yet. Back then, we didn't have a sustained marketing cycle, we didn't have digital amplification, and the hype ecosystem just wasn't mature. Odeon was the rough draft. It showed the industry that you could open big, but it also warned them that without a system, you couldn't stay big. Fast forward to the era of L2, Empuran. We're talking budgets of 150 to 180 crores. 2 years ago, that number was unthinkable for a Malayalam film. So, how do producers sleep at night with that much money on the line? They turned hype into an insurance policy. In the old model, a film had to be good to earn money. Word of mouth was the engine. In the new 2026 model, the film has to be hyped so the money comes first. Look at the data shift. It used to take 20 to 25 days for a Mollywood film to hit the 100 crore mark. Now, we're seeing it happen in 3 to 5 days. That's not just growth. That is a complete rewrite of the box office system. If you visualize the box office today, the graph looks like a vertical spike. In the old days, you'd see a slow rise as people told their friends to go watch it. Today, it's a front-loaded model. You get a massive vertical spike from day 1 to day 3. The goal now is simple. Profit is decided before Monday. If you win the weekend, you've won the war. The rest is just a bonus. How is this machine built? It's not just ads, it's a 5-part psychological takeover of your attention. A. The vibe trailer. Trailers aren't summaries anymore, they're vibes. The marketing team doesn't care if you understand the plot, they care if you can clip it. They are looking for that one slow motion walk or bass boosted punchline to design for reels and meme templates. The only question they ask is, will this trend? If it's shareable, it's successful. B. Fan show culture. The 4 a.m. show is no longer just for diehards, it's a strategic marketing event. The fireworks, the drums, and the Milk Abhishekam are high production advertisements. By turning the audience into part of the celebration, the industry recruits you as an unpaid marketing agent. You aren't just watching a movie, you're attending a festival. Narrative marketing. They don't just sell the film, they sell the story behind the film. It's the Niven Pauly comeback, the underdog victory, or the epic that took 5 years. They give you a reason to root for the movie's success. You aren't just buying a ticket, you're participating in a cultural moment. Hype is now democratic. You don't need a 200 crore rupees budget to trigger the machine. If you control the smartphone screen, you control the theater screen. The credits are rolling, but the conversation is just starting. If you think the hype machine is saving or sinking Mollywood, let's talk about it in the comments. This has been Cine Talk from Octane Cut. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that subscribe button. We've got plenty more cinema to deconstruct. Thanks for watching.